Welcome to College Football Dropouts. I'm Aaron,
And I'm Christian.
and today we'll be talking about the 2026 Indiana Hoosiers preview. One thing I think everybody's curious with about this team was last year a fluke? Can Cignetti continue to bring all this talent in through the portal and make it work on the field? And honestly, I think last year was an anomaly. I think he's a great coach. I think they'll still be a respectable program. But, I mean, like last year's team was a lot of veteran players, older team, a more disciplined team, and now you're bringing in, some younger guys, and I just don't think you can backfill everybody that quick.
No, I think the biggest thing that led to his success last year was the amount of the roster that followed him from JMU. And I think his selling pitch was, look at what we did here. I believe in you. I want you to come with me and believe in me and buy into everything I say so.
Yeah.
And also he had the oldest roster in the country last year. But then again, you have to give him props because that dude went out and won a national championship with a bunch of FedEx drivers. No offense to a FedEx driver. I'm just saying, like, a lot of those dudes aren't going to have long careers at the next level. Some of them might sneak and be a good, practice squad guy for some time, but I can probably name like 4 or 5 of them that I think will have decent NFL careers. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were talented, but it's like you're touching on when you're that bought in, you're not gonna quit when things get hard.
Mm-hmm.
And now when you're bringing in this many guys in the portal, it kind of does feel like a team of mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it works, maybe it don't. With so far for Cignetti, he's found success with it.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike Norvell found success with it until he didn't go from 13-0 to 2-10. Now I'm not saying Indiana will do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying we haven't seen that consistently be a successful way of finding talent.
Yeah. Do I think it'll work this year? No. Do I think that they're going to...
Slow down. We should probably define work.
When I say work, I mean replicate his success last year. Not to a T. I don't think anyone, even if he returned
that same roster
that people say they're going to go back to back.
Yeah.
No. But I think he'll do very well. I think he'll still sneak into the playoff. It's just those transfer guys, man, like you were hitting on. You can't give them the same pitch that you gave last year's team.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try it, but it's not going to hit as far, hit as hard as it did for them. It's just a guy enters the portal and you're like, I believe you can do well for me. So come here, follow my lead, and we'll be successful. Don't know if it'll work as well, but I think it will work. I think he's got that type of mentality. And when you sign up to play for him, you know what you're getting yourself into. I don't think he's one of those coaches that sits there and bullshits during the recruiting, just to get you to sign your name on the paper. I think he tells you straight and cut, this is how I do things. This is my expectation. If you don't think you can meet it,
go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else.
Well, that's the thing, too, is like that first squad that came with them, those JMU guys, it's like how you're saying, believe in me. These guys that are coming in now saw the success. So you don't have to necessarily like believe in them because you've seen it. So now it's more like, well, Indiana's popping off. Maybe I can go there and I can pop off.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. It's a different dynamic. maybe it still works. Maybe he still gets these guys to play with discipline every snap, intensity, care about the name on their chest, not on their shoulders.
Yes.
But going into all the talent they brought in, I do think they brought in some nice pieces. I think they brought in some pieces that I'm not too sure about. But I do like Josh Hoover, the quarterback from TCU they brought in. Um, seems like a gunslinger. 3,500 yards, 29 touchdowns, 13 picks. So, maybe you want to be a little more careful with the ball, but I mean, he seems like an exciting guy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I'd have to do a stat check on Mendoza's numbers at Cal.
I would imagine they were more efficient.
You think so?
Probably,
I don't doubt
probably less picks.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. But again, I think Curt Cignetti's just got that dog in him, and he's going to go out and find dogs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fully expect Hoover. I don't think he's going to be on the same playing field as Mendoza last year. Mendoza played like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
Last year, I mean, some of those throws that he made, some of the plays he made, like the one in the national championship, that quarterback draw. I mean, he's sitting there just getting tagged left and right, just legs still turning. You don't see that much anymore.
Yeah.
You really don't with the way college football is now. Like you're hitting on players play too much for the name on the back than they do the name on their chest. But Cignetti did a good job of showing people like that mentality is still here. You just have to find the gems.
Yeah.
Find the hidden gems, and just go out and get them.
I will say one thing about Mendoza is it seemed like if you had to trust one quarterback in the whole country to make the right play all the time, it was Mendoza.
Yeah.
And now you go into a guy that might be a little more turnover prone, a little more risk prone. So I don't know. We'll see how that works.
And Mendoza, he was good at Cal.
Oh yeah.
I remember, him torching Auburn. And I'm like, who the hell is this? And why is he torching us?
Yeah.
Peyton Thorne couldn't throw a damn 3-yard slant, but Mendoza's just fucking dropping them bastards in the basket.
Yeah.
And let me not think about that. But I mean, he just elevated his game to a whole nother level at Indiana. Now, how much of that do you think was Cignetti and his offensive coaching staff versus Mendoza's just natural ability?
I think it's a lot of both. I mean, Mendoza is like a very cerebral player. Like we were just saying, always makes the right decision. Great arm talent. I do think Cignetti's system he's been running there is kind of quarterback friendly, but it's like a quarterback needs a good system to thrive anyway. So I mean, you can't knock a guy for being in a nice system, but he did have a lot of veteran receivers that they've had to backfill now that they're gone.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see younger guys play and not having as such reliable players like that you can always go to as like a little outlet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say this. If Curt Cignetti can go to the playoffs with this team, his stock is going to start to just skyrocket. And I think we talked about it in a previous video, and you said that you don't believe that he would leave Indiana, that he seems like the type of guy that he's going to stick there until he retires.
I think he takes too much pride in being the guy that fixed Indiana.
Dude, I mean, shit. You can fix the school by bringing them, multiple national championships and then elevate yourself to that next stage.
Oh, I mean, we're talking like Cignetti's already probably one of, if not the best coach in college football right now.
Would you have said that before the season last year?
No. I mean, that ring does a lot. A perfect season with a ring does a lot.
Even if it was a fraudulent ring?
You think it was a fraudulent
I
ring?
don't think so,
I
but
don't think
people
so.
think it was just a Cinderella story. I don't think
Man,
any. I won't say any. God, I'm going to bet 90% Indiana fans think they're going back to back. They probably think they're going to win the damn Natty every year. Kurt Cignetti's there, but I feel like if you ask most college football fans, realistic college football fans, can Kurt go back to back? I feel like most of them say no.
I don't think he will, but I think he can. I do. I don't think last year was a fluke. I think it was an anomaly. And I say that because like it was such an old team. It was a team made of guys that were lower rated. So it's like you're not going to see that roster go perfect and win a ring that often, especially when they play the schedule and like a playoff schedule that hard. I mean, they had to beat Oregon twice, Ohio State,
Penn
and
State.
Miami.
They had to be clutch to beat Penn State too.
Yeah, yeah, they beat Penn State.
That was one of the plays I was talking about Mendoza making.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a dime.
Oh my gosh, I watched that live. Screw giving Mendoza all the credit. The way that receiver fucking toe tapped on the back of the end zone like that, it made my Achilles hurt. Watching it live, I felt my Achilles pop. But I mean, but that just goes back into what I've been saying, that like if it wasn't Kurt Cignetti, let's say, I'm not gonna say that because that would piss off a lot of people. Let's say Lane Kiffin was the head coach at Indiana last year. Will that same exact team with the same exact scheme, same play call go and make the play? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I personally think that the entire mindset of that team was he believed in us. Let's not let him down.
Yeah, yeah, it's real tight.
Yeah. That was probably, this is just speculation. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like probably the most bonded locker room in college football last year.
Yeah,
And I mean, you can throw age out the window and all that, but when you're like this as a unit, shit, you can go out there with 30 kickers and win you a damn national championship. No bullshit, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know, man. You got any other names on who they pulled out the transfer portal?
yeah. They brought a receiver Nick Marsh from
Nick
Michigan
Marsh.
State, and they
Yep.
brought Shaz Preston from Tulane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to feel about those two because like their numbers aren't crazy, but they're respectable.
Let me say this, and this isn't a knock to the guy. Shaz went to Alabama out of high school.
Yeah,
Okay. Now, I'm not saying I'm one of those Auburn fans that I keep up with everything Bama, just to hate on them, because I don't. But I don't remember that kid at all. So I don't know what his rating was out of high school. Doesn't matter now. But yeah, I don't know. Nick Marsh, I think it's a good pickup.
yeah.
I think he's a good pickup. Shaz,
I will say Nick Marsh getting 600 receiving yards and 6 tuds when he had Aiden Childs throwing to him.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I will touch on their running backs real quick.
All right.
Their running back has the coolest name for a running back I ever heard, Turbo Richard.
Turbo.
And then they got Kobe Martin. Their numbers are respectable. I assume Indiana's hoping they elevate this season, take a step up. Oh, and
Now,
then last thing, they're bringing back Charlie Becker, at wide receiver.
that's big. Now, do you think those running backs will get more touches now that Mendoza's gone? I think they would.
I don't know. Like I could see what you're saying, but it's like if Hoover's dealing,
Well, yeah. I mean, if Hoover's dealing, if any quarterback in the country is dealing, I mean, the running backs aren't going to get as much love. But let's say Hoover is
slightly above average.
slightly above average.
Yeah, I would imagine they'd rely on the ground game a bit.
Yeah. So they could get more carries. But that is a cool last name, Turbo.
Turbo Richard. Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, I put that up high on the all-time college football names. It's not very at the top, but he's up there. Smoke Monday still got the number one spot.
Yeah, Smoke Monday is pretty good.
And I'm not even trying to be biased, but Smoke Monday and Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, some nasty names.
Yeah. Kool-Aid McKinstry.
General Booty.
Oh my gosh.
Only other thing on coaching staff is somehow they still retain their both coordinators.
Buy-in.
Yeah. But so that's all I got for roster and coaching staff.
All right.
Then we can dive into the schedule. This is one of the weirdest schedules to me.
Yeah, it's strange.
I mean, weeks 1 through 6, 1 through 5, you're playing nobody.
Yeah.
Then week 6, you get your first possible test when you go to Nebraska. Don't know if Nebraska will be good or not. I expect them to be that second tier of the Big Ten.
Mhm.
Probably below Michigan, but they'll still probably be respectable. Then after that, Game of the Year candidate, Ohio State and Bloomington. I expect that'll be fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say right now I expect Ohio State to win, though.
I would go as far as say I expect Ohio State to win this pretty handily.
What you thinking? Give me a point spread.
Give me Ohio State by 17.5.
That is crazy. 17.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know about that much.
I mean, in my opinion, Ohio State's just so on paper. Now, this doesn't mean shit until they get on the field. But on paper, Ohio State dominates on both sides of the ball.
I don't yeah, I see what you're saying, but I do think Indiana's going to most likely be 6-0 going into this game. It's going to be in Indiana, and as long as it don't get the big noon kickoff, I'd imagine this will be a night game.
Yeah, but
So it's like all the momentum in the world will
At
be with
this-
Indiana.
at this point in the season, Indiana really hasn't been tested. Let's say Nebraska's just the average Nebraska.
Yeah.
Indiana takes care of that easily. So going into this Ohio State game, they haven't been punched in the mouth yet.
Well, the way I can flip that is they probably won't be banged up.
I mean, that's fair.
I get what you're
mean,
saying, though. They wouldn't have faced adversity yet, so
Not even just adversity. I mean, they haven't faced, I'm not going to say real talent, but like, they haven't faced no Goliath yet,
yeah.
you know? So, yeah. Mark it. Ohio State, 17.5. Put that shit on FanDuel. And if it hits, give me 10%. Yeah, and then, I mean, turn around and play at Michigan. They could drop that one.
Yeah, I think I like I think I like Indiana to lose both those.
Yeah. So, like you said, man, the schedule's just weird. You got a chance of going 6-0, and then dropping 2 straight, dropping 6-2.
I mean, that could really mess with the team's head.
Yeah, because
Going
you know,
6-0 and then losing the first 2 games against like real big dogs.
yeah, and then the pressure's really on because you don't have room to lose another one.
Yeah.
You know, shit, that 2 might be too many.
Yeah,
Depending on how USC, Washington, and Purdue look.
I would assume Purdue's going to be boo-boo.
Yeah. So
USC's a weird team to me. Like, you know, Lincoln Riley's under a lot of pressure. I feel like if he don't get something to pop off this year, he's probably out.
Yeah.
So I mean, he'll be throwing everything he can at them.
Mm-hmm.
And then at Washington, I think will be interesting. Washington's a team I think could surprise a lot of people this year.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. They're due. And then
One last little note on that Ohio State game. Ohio State did lose their 2 best DBs.
Mhm.
And then Josh Hoover's a bit of a gunslinger. Maybe they get some explosives.
I mean, maybe, but that Ohio State defense is still nasty. They just reload.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, it wouldn't surprise me if Indiana wouldn't surprise me if Indiana found a way to win outright, but like Indiana, I think will at least keep it respectable, at least competitive.
17.5 is competitive.
I don't think it's going to be that much.
You want to do a bet right here?
Mm-mm.
You don't want to do a gentleman's bet?
17 and a half.
Yeah.
What's the wager?
Leave a comment. We'll pick a comment. Whoever has the best wager, we'll agree on that. 17.5.
It's going to be funny when no one leaves a comment.
Yeah. This is the one time I'm going to beg for your engagement. Please leave a comment. Yeah, I mean, right now I have their ceiling 11-1, 10-2, floor 8-4.
Yeah, the thing to me is if they go 10-2 with a loss to Ohio State and Michigan,
You could sneak in.
maybe. I
Okay.
mean, your best win would be USC or Washington.
It depends on the two losses, how they looked.
I do think 10-2 would get them in just because they have the name recognition now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're the defending champions.
Yeah.
I mean, there will be arguments that if they're 10-2 with losses to Ohio State and Michigan, is like, do they deserve to be in?
It's definitely going to be an argument. And with this weird ass schedule, it could be one of those things too that they get to the playoffs and just get absolutely walked.
Yeah,
by
I definitely
somebody.
think this team could easily end up being like a paper tiger.
Mhm.
Like have the schedule, have the stat, or not the schedule, have the record and the stats, and you know, you see 10-2 or 11-1, whatever.
It's not a good 10-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So, be very interesting to see. There's a lot of things to look for in
Yeah.
this new Indiana team. It's one team I'm really excited to watch. I'm gonna try to not watch them hard until like week 3 or 4, since the team is like basically brand new.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get on here and hoot and holler if they only beat North Texas by 17.5. Again, my name is Christian.
I'm Aaron. And thank you for watching our Indiana 2026 preview. Please let us know what you think they'll do this year, what you think of the schedule, what will it take for them to get in, and let us know what other teams you want us to talk about.
And don't forget, leave a comment for the bet.
17.5 points.
17.5. It could be a money bet. It could be a challenge bet. You know, the loser's got to do something. We'll pick the best one, and we'll go with that. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.